Hello and welcome back to Cebu, the Queen City of the South, here in the Philippines, and our little show about life, living your best life. And we'll try to keep you updated on world events and, most importantly, how things affect you. We cut through the noise so we can focus our attention on what matters and not waste our lives on all the distractions that big business, big government, and just big everything tries to do to keep you distracted while they shove you into the wood chipper. And hey, maybe we'll have a little fun along the way. After all, what is life if we don't have a little fun? I mean, we don't all have to be Muslims. Um, and I will share my passion for food, cooking, food culture, and some healthy, simple, versatile foods along the way, and how to cook them and prepare them. After all, we are what we eat. So here, oh, yeah, I'm sure you can hear the tapping noise. I don't know if that's being picked up by the microphone, but somebody 2 floors up from me is removing tile on their floor with a hammer and probably a piece of pipe with a nail in it, hitting the nail, chipping the grout off the floor. This last time it took 2 months. And that noise carries throughout the entire building because the building's cement. So we're going to ignore that. After all, noise is just kind of a part of the Philippines. And management doesn't seem to be concerned. They do it like, oh, it's going to be kind of noisy for 2 weeks. He's got a permit to do this for 2 weeks. Couldn't use a power tool and maybe have 3 guys in there and do it all in one day. No, we'll just take 3 weeks to do it. Okay, but that's just how it is. If you came to the Philippines for the peace and quiet, you've made a horrible mistake. There's a lot of noise here. It's just a way of life. Car horns, dogs, motorcycles, the guy down the street here with the fish every morning and his little loudspeaker and his little minivan talking about what fish he's got and how many pesos per kilo. Um, no ice in that truck either, so you want to buy that fish early in the morning and hope he sells out every day. Because there's no way they're throwing that fish out just because it sat in a truck in the sunlight all day long. No way. Okay. Um, back to I have a script here. Probably should have used a larger font, maybe practice it a couple times so I don't need to keep looking away from the camera or pretending like I'm not looking at the camera or away. It's going to take a little practice, but we're going to improve every day, get a little better. The main thing is to keep you informed and keep you interested enough that you'll sit through a commercial. Because really, that's what you're here for, is to watch the commercials. Google doesn't get paid when you watch me. They only get paid when you watch the commercials. So it's very important that you stay and watch the commercials. And we do have some new sponsors. I try to make my commercials a little more interesting than what Google throws in there. But, that's how things work. Nothing's free. Okay, back to that. Noise. Okay, we've covered the noise and the ongoing tapping noise. Okay. All right, now back to the show, and my apologies again for a little on-air housekeeping, some inside baseball thing. And our topic for the day, well, let's see the script here. My hand moves backward on the screen than it does here in front of me. Very confusing. Like the TV weatherman that can point to the map when it's backward. That takes a lot of practice. That's a skill. I'll develop that over time. But okay, back to the show and our topic for the day. Using a script, quite helpful. Now I did, you can see here, our topic for the day. That's kind of where I stopped writing because that was going to require some thought. So let me do a little bit of thinking and I'll come up with our topic for the day. I assure you it'll be interesting. And I'm going to try to put this on pause so we don't just let the video run for 4 hours while I'm writing it. But if it does, if the video keeps running, just please stand by. I'll be back within 2 or 3 hours with our topic for the day. And I'm going to write some, I've got some good stuff in my head here. I'm going to come up with something good. Let me just put this on pause. Oh, that's right. This is a laptop. I've got to use the mouse. Should we get another camera that shows what I'm doing so people don't get confused. Or I guess if you actually saw what I'm doing, you might get more confused. But here, okay, I've got the mouse that goes to the red button. And interesting enough, red means recording. Normally red means stop. But I push this and it'll turn white, and that means it's on pause, I believe, if that's how it works. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and bear with me. If it's just the screen of the back, if I leave and the screen is just there, that means I'm working on the content. You might even be able to hear me recording. And just stay tuned.
All right, we're back. And I didn't bother writing a script. That's just too much work, and I'm not very good at that. We're just gonna, this is our preview video anyway for being back on the air, because I was absent for a couple years. Had to buy a new computer. My Mac broke, not like they used to be. And I have a Hewlett Packard. It's actually the second one. The first one I bought a couple weeks ago, and it had a defect in it, just doing some strange things, and I just thought it was my fault, even though I don't make mistakes. So we've got this one. I'm going to just try this because I have had problems in the past uploading, and I don't want to spend an hour or 30 minutes making a video, find out that it doesn't upload, and all that time wasted. So we're going to just go ahead and still, I tried covering the monitor so I can't see myself, but that got even more confusing. We might have to go to that. So I'm just going to go give you a little update on what we're going to be doing on our videos. Keep it interesting, keep it informed, keep it light, and more spontaneous. The script, I really get bogged down. It's like having a job to do where you have a specific thing to do and they tell you how to do it, and like, oh no, I'll just do it the way I want, when I want, how I want, and then just pay me. That's much easier for me. So anyway, here, life in the Philippines. I've been here for a few years. It's always interesting. You have to learn to just accept some things. Like, if you can hear the tapping noise, when I'm talking, I think my sound canceling microphone cancels that sound out. So you don't have the pleasure of hearing that ongoing, monotonous tapping, knowing that the guy is literally using a piece of pipe, an 8-inch piece of plastic pipe with a nail pushed through it, and he's using that as a chisel to chip off the grout under the tile. And the grout is like 2 inches thick. It's just cement. They plop down there and drop a tile on it. Tiles are constantly breaking, shifting. But as they say, if you want to find a good Filipino tile layer or tile setter, you go to Dubai. Because they all go to Dubai or Saudi Arabia, they make 10 times more, and they do a good job. But they come back here like, I'm getting paid 1/10 of what I normally get paid. I'm not going to do a good job. And plus, we make a lot more money repairing the tiles when they break, like chipping them out. And if you use a power tool, it's a one-day job. Whereas when you're using that little piece of pipe with the nail and might not even be a hammer, it might just be a piece of wood. Yeah, you can stretch a one-day job into 2, 3, 4 weeks, and no one seems to mind. So I have to deal with that. I mean, this is not my country. I'm a visitor, a guest, and I should behave appropriately. I'm here at their pleasure, not mine. So, and it is a wonderful country. I don't complain about it. It's just an observation. Sometimes I do complain a little bit, but here it's adapting to a new way of life. Some things are a little more difficult until you get used to it. And then when you get used to it, they're even more difficult because you realize, wow, this could be done a different way. But I'm adapting. Like I said, I tell many people, I'm not here to change the Philippines. If I wanted to fix the Philippines, I would have had to come here a couple years earlier. It's a Philippine joke. But very friendly country. Everyone, almost without exception, is very nice. I'm talking to a friend of mine who got some guy just kind of crazy, walked up the street and punched him a couple times, and but then said he was sorry and walked away. So even the people that assault you are friendly. So it's very nice. I do a lot of eating here, cooking. The food in the Philippines sometimes is not all that, not real famous for food, like Thailand, wonderful food, Vietnam, wonderful food. Maybe the best food in the world is Mexico or Italy, but Philippines not real famous for the food, although they are famous for their rice. Every meal, rice. And I do eat a little rice. Not every meal, I'm sorry, but cooked some this morning. A small serving, not a 4-liter rice cooker's worth, but that's part of life. So we're gonna go. I go to the Carbon Market, which is an outdoor food market, or sometimes called a wet market. They sell everything, and I've been going there for 3 or 4 years. 4 years. Every time I go there, it is less organized than the time before, and I'm just hoping at some point in time they've hit the pinnacle of lack of organization, and it will at least stay constant. But it's always an adventure. It's fun. We'll bring the camera there and go. It is the place here in Cebu to buy fresh produce. I don't quite go to the meat area. That's a little bit too scary. I go to a grocery store here that sells meat actually wrapped in plastic on a styrofoam tray, the way meat is made to be consumed, not just on a wooden bench with no aircon or no ice. But I know every time I go to a restaurant, whatever I'm eating came from that unrefrigerated table in the sun with the flies on it. What doesn't kill you makes you tougher. So we'll take the video down to the Carbon Market, show you a little cooking. I do cook a lot. Try to eat healthy. Made some soup this morning, chicken broth with vegetables. And I have a nice big steak I bought that I'm going to cook later today. It's very difficult, though, with the cooking, trying to videotape that, because I'm using both hands to cook. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. When I don't have a recipe when I cook, I just plop down whatever I've got, look and see what to add to it. But it's almost always delicious. Maybe we can put some pictures, throw some pictures of some of the food that I've made. I've never really used a recipe, just kind of like whatever. But there's some secrets to cooking that I have learned through the years. And that's simple. And maybe I'll tell a few stories along the way. Try to share some fun stuff here in the Philippines. A lot of traveling. I've got a motorcycle. I've been all over Cebu and some of the other islands. It's always an adventure taking a ferry. They have schedules, but that's just kind of rough estimate. If it's a 9 o'clock, a 12 o'clock, and a 3 o'clock ferry, you can rest assured there will probably be 3 trips a day. And they will not be at 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. They'll leave when they're full, and they'll be late. I don't book a hotel. If I'm going to another island, I don't book accommodations until I'm on the boat and on the way, just because too many things can happen. But that's it's not like I got to be somewhere. Although now I do. I've got an important job here, keeping you informed with these videos and keeping you entertained and enlightened. So again, we're just trying to stretch this into 10 minutes. Leave a comment if I should pick it up a little bit, or maybe just make 8-minute videos, or actually put 10 minutes worth of content in my video. The comments always help the algorithm. We're going to try to do 2 or 3 videos per week. Not yet. I'm going to just put this one up, upload it, see if it works, see if I get any feedback, and check. Still got 11 viewers, 11 again, and we should figure out, is that 11,000 viewers or 11 million? Because that makes a big difference. 11 million viewers, yeah, I might be able to afford to put a little bit of time into it. What's that? Oh, 11 total. There's not a times 1,000 or times a million. Looks like such a small number. It should be times 1,000. Okay, notice I'm not wasting any effort on all 11 of you. 10. All 10 of you. But anyway, we'll try to keep informed. I'm going to probably go unscripted just so I can share my thoughts rather than write somebody else's thoughts down and share that. Keep on the news of the day. Of course, Donald Trump, always very interesting. And really more interesting than Donald Trump is the absolute hatred for Donald Trump and all things orange. And all things Donald Trump. And I do remember him years ago when I was 20. He was a loudmouth back then, and always seeking attention, and now he's the President of the United States. Just full disclosure, I did vote for him in the primary, the first primary. And I mean, he's at least fun and a little more coherent. It's not like there were a lot of other choices. Now, if the choice was Donald Trump or Jesus Christ, I would probably have voted for Jesus. But he was running against Hillary, and then the next time, and Hillary's like, whew, piece of work all on her own. And then he was running against whoever was pulling the strings for Joe Biden. Never really knew who I was not voting for there, but I gotta say, Joe Biden was a lot of fun. And I have the door to the bed. Let me fix that. That was supposed to be closed. Do I have my micro? I don't have my wire on. Yeah, that's supposed to be closed. Does that look better there? That was a picture supposedly of me, one of the viewers sent in. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And the other picture over here was one of my first artistic ventures during the pandemic. And I know, it's not really that good, but keep in mind that took 10 minutes to make. 20 minutes included making the frame. So, yeah, I can imagine how much better it would have looked if I spent an hour. Probably wouldn't look 5 times better, so I think the 10 minutes was a good investment. And it's covering actually a hole in the wall, so it looks better than nothing. And, okay, so hopefully have we filled up 10 minutes? Wow, what a waste of 10 minutes. But it's not like I could just be doing something else all day long. We're going to see if we can upload this. Send a comment, even just tell me how much you didn't enjoy this. And I know there's room for improvement, probably only room for improvement. And we will try to make these, and I know I've said this every single video, we're going to try to make this a little more interesting next time, maybe a little more informative. And I'm really going to have to learn how to not react to the camera. It looks like I'm twisting my head the other way. I go, I gotta go farther to straighten it out. It's like, wait. That, okay. That's just backward. It's like driving on the wrong side of the road in England. Drunk. Okay. That's going to wrap it up. I had an exciting show. 10 minutes well spent. And it might even be, wait a minute, that's 12 minutes. Is that 12 minutes total? We might have to edit this down. Although, you know what? Probably not. Might as well leave it all on there because the edits are sometimes the best part. What we leave on the cutting room floor is probably some of the best stuff. And I should probably try to say something funny. Just not inspired. I think, you know what? I never wear headphones because it's very distracting. And this is much better. Okay, next video we're going to do without the headphones, and I gotta say I look much better without the headphones. Because my ears, these don't cover my ears. It looks a little weird. It's kind of like they're too small for my ears. Kind of like a condom. All right. We'll do a YouTube sign off. We'll see you at the next one.